What is going on, guys? Coach Dusty here with a brand new style of videos. I want to just turn on the camera and talk to you guys about life, things that I'm going through, things that I believe can resonate with you guys and help you along your personal growth journey, because that's what's most important, is that we all are progressing into our true self. That's what the key topic of this video really is going to be about. The title is your self-development is like the stock market chart, right? There's going to be times in your life where you're progressing and then you're not progressing. And you're progressing, you're not progressing. You're progressing, you're not progressing, right? You guys get the point. What's tough about being in those moments where you're not progressing is that you feel like there's no way out, right? You feel so stuck and so lost in those moments where you just aren't doing anything right. You're so lost in your negative thoughts and you're not operating from your true self. That's what it all comes down to. Now, what I want us to focus on in this video is why we get stuck in those thoughts and how we could get out of them, right? That's what's most important. We want to be able to get out of them. We want to be able to continue to progress forward. But why do we even get stuck to begin with? We get stuck to begin with because we get so trapped in those thoughts because our ego wants us to be the same. It wants us to be comfortable. Those thoughts allow us to be the same and to not change. Because change can be scary. Change is scary to your soul. Your soul, to your ego. Your soul wants you to grow into your true self, but your ego, your mind is going to play tricks with you. It's going to tell you you're not good enough. It's going to give you fear. It's going to make you overreact to things and be angry. It's going to punish you for feeding it. You cannot feed the ego. When you feed the ego, you give it power over yourself, and you do not want to give your ego power. You owe it to yourself and to your purpose to be who you were born on this planet to be. That's what we need to focus on, guys, because when you're operating in those negative emotions, you're not operating from the love within you. And the love within you has so much power that you just are not tapping into. And me personally, I know I'm not all the time, right? Like, when you're not tapping into your true self and your love, you will hinder your personal growth. And that's why I believe we have these times where we are dipping, right? It's because we're not recognizing our love for ourselves and that how powerful our love can be for others and for the world. You have to give your true self to your purpose and your calling, whether everyone's purpose is different. Everyone is going to have dreams, right? Your dream is your purpose. We all have to dream. And when you're actually visualizing your future, that's a dream, right? And I mean, obviously, when you're sleeping, like, you're gonna have dreams. But when you're daydreaming and just in those negative thoughts, that's not what I mean, right? You're going to get stuck in those negative thoughts, and they're gonna pull you in the wrong direction, and it could be very traumatizing, to say the least, right? To just not know what to do, to just not feel like there's any way out. And I've been there. And if you're there right now, like, just watching this video and starting your self-development journey is going to start to turn that switch from off to on. And that's what we have to do. We have to start to switch from an ego-based mind to embracing your true self. Now, I know this is a lot, guys. This is deep talk, and it's something that's been in my heart for a while, and I've just never really, put it out there. You have to, and then you guys are going to see my personal development this year, and you're going to see what it looks like, right? It's going to be different for you. Your dreams are going to be different than mine, but it's about recognizing what your dreams are and to actually go for them. You have permission. You have permission to be exactly who you believe you need to be for the world and for the universe, because it's bigger than just yourself. Being yourself is so important for everything. You have to. And it starts with just taking one step, right? One step of self-development starts to build habits, right? We want to build good habits. Building habits is what's going to allow you to start to see what it's like to actually start to embrace those things that are actually making you feel alive again. That's what we want to be, right? We want to feel alive. We want to feel happy. We want to feel love. We want to feel all these good emotions. But when we live through the ego, it's impossible. It's hard, right? And you could get stuck in an ego-based mind for so long if you don't pull yourself out of it and do things that get you out of that state. We're going to talk about that later in this video. This is going to be a longer style video, but you need to recognize when you're in that state. You got to pull yourself out. Now, some things that work for me and ways I'm pulling myself out is through reading, right? Through learning. Learning is really good, right? Through exercise, right? Exercise is so important. We're going to make different videos about each of these topics and how they are going to help for your personal self-development. I just want us to think big picture right now, and maybe you could start to implement some of these things into your life. But when you operate from a place of presence, a place of where the ego isn't in control, and you yourself, your true self, is actually in control, you feel it. You just feel it, right? You don't feel tense. You don't feel that anxiety. You don't feel fear. You feel alive. And we all have the power to be that for yourself and for the universe. It just takes one step at a time. Now, if you're in the state right now where you're struggling and you want help, there are ways to help, right? There are ways to get help. Just watching these types of videos, reading more self-development books, exercising, meditation, these things are going to start to program your mind and will program your soul to come back alive and to start to turn that mind off, turn the negative parts of your mind, right? When you're thinking and when you're doing actual work and using your mind correctly, not letting your mind use you. That's what's important, guys. We want to use our mind, not let the mind use us. And that's what I mean by the ego. It's our mind using us for its own purpose, for its own twisted, like all those twisted things that are going on in your life right now. It's the egos of generations of friends, family, yourself in the way of your heart, the heart's and the love that's within all of us that we need to all start to revive. So this has been a lot, and this is my first one of these. So I'm going to be thinking of more topics to talk about, and to just kind of, whenever I feel like I have something to say and I'm in the right mindset, to say that. You know what? It's funny because, you see how I just said, if I'm in the right mindset, because I'm not always perfect. I'm not always my true self, and I'm going along this journey with you guys. So you're not alone. You're going to have setbacks, but tap into that. All right. This has been your boy, Coach Dusty. I'm out. Peace.